Okay, so a couple minutes later, our optimization completed. It took about 2.4 minutes, pretty close to the predictions, which is 1,400 simulations per minute. And over here we have our stack. Let me hide this. We have our stack of graphic outputs. So number 6 is balanced. Number 5 is best gain margin. We're not going to pay attention to that in this example, so I'm deleting it. Number 4 is control effort. Number 3 is the best settling time, steady state error. Number 2, let's just reverse these so we can start with 1. So this one met the settling time spec the best, but its overshoot we can see is almost 20%. Okay, this one exactly hit 1.0. That's at least reasonably good. Now this one's overshoot is exactly 10%. So we're able to get that. Probably the settling time, this is 1.1, so this is probably at least 6% window right here. Settling time is probably 1.5. Again, we can look it up. Overshoot, best overshoot, settling time was 1.3. So that's disappointing. The best overshoot we could ever get in this was 1.02. So, okay, I mean best settling time, I'm sorry. But we did nail the overshoot spec here. And again, there's kind of a trade-off because if we get the settling time right, our overshoot is 21%. So let's just take a look at the other one. So it's something like these two we're definitely interested in. Number 3, steady state error. It has a good settling time, which is actually better than the spec, 0.98, but 17% overshoot. And so it's sort of in this overshoot, in this TS category. Probably the KP and KI and KD parameters are about the same. They're all about the same because we searched a small range, but KI is substantially bigger for steady state error. Again, when we have higher integral gain, we tend to have smaller steady state error. That's the reason for integral gain. It clamps it here. Finally, control effort. Again, this one has bad settling time, so we're going to delete it. And the balanced one is still not doing too well for us. The numbers are that it has good settling time but bad overshoot. So it's like that all of them are telling us that the overshoot and settling time are going to be highly traded. And we'll try to split the difference a little bit. Let's see how to do that. So for settling time, we had KP of 24.7, and for overshoot, it was 21.6. So let's go with something in the middle, like 23. So we go back to the editor. Whoops, I didn't mean to close that. And we'll set this KP to 23. And then for KI, we have 10.1 for the overshoot case and 9.4. So it's really about 10. We don't have much range there. And for KD, we have between 4 and 6. We'll split the difference with 5 just as we had. And so what we're going to do now is go to an even smaller range. So now this will be our last edit. Optimization. We're getting pretty close. We may be at the best point we can have. So we're going to go down to maybe 8 values, and we're going to only have a 10% range. So it's plus or minus 10%. We're really going to fine tune it here. And now we start. So this has a very fast optimization time estimate. I'm not going to pause. This should be done pretty quick. Okay, so these as expected, these all look almost the same. That's because we searched a very small range of parameters. And this is probably the best we can do. The balanced one is, they're all about the same. So maybe we could search a little more, but I'm going to just say we can go with this. Oh, sorry, now there's one more check we have to do. Maybe we can do better. Let's say we go with balanced. It's right here. And this is very important to check. The search boundary has been reached. And that's saying that it really wants a smaller value of ki, but it can't do it. It's outside the box. It has to think outside the box. So we have to give this a chance to find even smaller gains for ki and kd. Kp is in the range. So how do we do that? So let's go back to our setup, and we're going to recenter it around the ki values, or even less. So this is going to be 9. And this is going to be 4.5. And we'll run it. The same search parameters, so it's got 0.6 minutes. Okay, so our balance still is not so great, but we're still saturated at the bottom. So I'm going to give it a really low value this time. We're going to take ki and put it down to about 4, and kd we're going to put it down to about 2. And we'll run that again. So this is getting worse, and sometimes that happens. So what we'll do is, in the next video, we'll zoom back out and try to search a better range.